Hello and welcome to my next patch update for Clockwork Empires. This is version 35, the January update, which actually did come out a couple of days after we were hoping it would be. But actually they said it was going to be a few days late because of Fishmas, which is what they call Christmas. Enola Brimble's Fine Day, in which everything isn't going to explode. The main parts of this patch is pretty much bug fixes. There's very few additions. It is basically they've gone through and they've cleaned up the game a lot. And from what we've heard in the forums, and from a few little quick attempts I've had, they have. It is really good now. You can easily get through a fair few days without any bug fixes, any bugs, any crashes. My issue mainly was that I would save a game, come out of the game, go back into it, and it would be corrupt. So this time I'm going to try and get 4 or 5 saved up, and then upload them. So then you definitely get 4 rather than just a couple here, 1 there, 2 there, because you just get bugged out, and then it was just a bit annoying really. But still, significant features. So actually, as this one is mainly bug fixes, it's going to go through it quite quickly. There's very little explanation to be done because they are literally as they say. For instance, fix supply drop events will no longer inform you that you request 0 items when you forego a supply drop. There's nothing really to say about that because it's just exactly that, and that's what most of this is going to be. That's very little explanation. So whiz through it. Significant features of note: Dusty Dust yet again. There's got to be for a reason. I don't know what it is yet. They haven't really explained why they're doing it as such, but there's got to be for some reason. Mines and module maintenance. Now there was a development log about this, so when we get up to that, I can speak about that. And lots of UI UX improvements and a multitude of fixes listed below, which embody a perhaps semi-successful attempt to make a theme, if you will, of this monthly update. The fact that we didn't focus on one easy-to-describe feature, which is pretty much it. This is their feature. Usually you have your like mines and modules is the new bit, or whatever. This time it's a multitude of fixes. It's really what this is all about. It's not going to explode because, yeah. So engine, fixed rendering errors on particle systems. Job system performance improvement, fixed save game crash caused by having dirty objects in the rend interactive object class handler cleanup list when you save, we think. Now I think that's the issue I must have been having because it really was from when I was saving games trying to load them again, it was causing issues. Fixed rendering errors on particle systems. So this alone, just those fixes there, they're just small things that just cause crashes, and they're all hopefully now gone. And so a lot of people are saying that yes, it's probably one of the smoothest ones they've ever had. So that's a really good feature. Events. Starting supplies now drop from the sky. So actually when you do start it, instead of them being all laid out on the floor already, they'll come down as a crate, a cache on the floor. And they're just kind of following what they did in the last patch when you asked for drops to supply drops to come in. And it makes sense really. I mean, you wouldn't have all these supplies just randomly located on the floor, because if you're going to bring them all in, they'd either be on, I guess, the back of a horse-drawn cart, or they would have been flown in, or they'd already be stockpiled up. So it does kind of make sense, and it just keeps it all the same as the other parts that happen. Balance, immigration and favour events fire lefts often now, which is good. They were. I was surprised with coming in, like sometimes in the first day, sometimes in the second day. It's like, well, I haven't really got anything going yet, so I can't really know what I need. So that was a bit strange, but they will do less often now. Fixed. No, yeah, we've said that one. So now if you request nothing, it won't actually just say, or if you forego one, it won't say you've requested nothing. It'll just leave it. Balance, make colonists less hungry on game start unless they're criminals, which is, I think, really good. It means they'll actually go out, because when you first start, you want to get things done. You don't want people stopping after like 3 or 4 hours in game time to start eating. You're like, well, really? Get some food when you come off the ship. So now they're going to be less hungry, unless of course they're criminals, because criminals are just generally more hungry, so they get fed as well in that era. Fixed, when you call a naturalist via favour, you actually get a naturalist now rather than an artisan. Good. Human characters. Rewrote memory utility code to correctly update and set moods for memories without having self-crazed volatile mood swings. So it pretty much means that they'll keep their views a bit more steadily, as opposed to having very happy about something, very sad about something, very happy about something, very sad about something. They'll just sort of try and get a bit more sorted out. Starvation was checking a value of 10 times what it should have been, which I guess, yeah, it means, I think that what that means is that now it's going to be checking more often, as opposed to checking that they were 10 times hungrier. I think it means that they were actually just checking. It's going to check more often now. Soldiers now actually move to rally beacons, which is good. People were saying that it's because they couldn't really see them or whatnot, but I think there was a little bit of a bug. It was occasional, but it's been fixed now. Colonists no longer believe that raw coconuts are a cooked food. Okay. Added ZZZ particles to sleeping. Balance, removed starting a naturalist. You must earn one via favour. Good, because I did think he's kind of, when I played my my quick game before in the previous patch, there was a naturalist there, and I thought I don't see why, because they're almost like they're upper class to me, and I don't see why they were there in this very starting thing. It's nice to have an explorer, but I think a naturalist is kind of too upper class, really. Removed extra pouches from the scientist models. Okay. Fixed forage due to starvation. Job wasn't triggering. So that's the thing they implemented last time, and now it's not actually triggering. It wasn't triggering, but they've now fixed that. Good. Started overhaul of job balance. Added new internal tool for balancing job requirements and utilities. This is super cool for us and will ultimately mean a better balanced game experience for you. Lovely. Fixed disappearing hair bug. So that means we don't actually know what's going on with that yet. Fixed disappearing hair bug. Clean up a character's hair models and model deaths. More varieties of hair will show up. Unique macroscope use animation added. Fixed de-assigned science workers wouldn't give up the uniforms. They clung to them because it's theirs. They become a scientist, it's their uniform. Fixed incorrect icons for eating human flesh. Lovely. Fixed hunger no longer goes negative after character eats when not very hungry. Rewrote memory utility code to correctly update and set moves for memories without having half quotes. We've had that already. Yeah, someone did actually write on the forum that maybe the developers should actually set this for themselves, because they should rewrite their own memory utility code so they don't write these things twice. Made artisans less interested in doing paperwork at night. I guess actually, if you have a light, because you can have lights in the buildings, as long as you have a light in the building, they should allow that to happen. But if you don't, then yeah, obviously it's best if they don't. Removed idling chair so that there will be free chairs for people to eat in, ever. Naturalists will form work crews, though labourers assigned to naturalist work crews don't have anything special yet. Okay, so that's obviously an upcoming feature. Combat and military. All work crew. I wouldn't add that until there is actually something to do. For now, they should just sort of not allow it, but still. Combat and military. All work crews filters are now disabled when a unit becomes conscripted. Filters are then reset to the default when conscripting a unit. That's actually pretty cool, because when you did actually set them as a conscript them, they would actually sort of occasionally go off and do other things which you shouldn't be doing, because you have to go through and manually turn them off. Soldiers do push-ups. Good. That is going to change the game. Fixed colonists would beat up dead bandits, calling it melee counter-attack. I never saw that, but that's pretty funny. Animals and monsters. Balance. Made animals less hungry on game start, and started on burrowing animals, but it's not player visible. Buildings, zones, modules, and jobs. So, fixed. Lag when placing buildings or creating modules. Good, because there was also like a little half-second lag, or like 1 second lag for no real reason. Everything was already in place. You press go and it just sort of froze for a second. Civilization maps now computed correctly. Doors now render 10U above the building footprints as ghost. I guess which means it just renders above them a little bit at a set distance, so they won't clip through the building anymore. We now check whether we are in the same connected component or not as items when using them to fill game sim require game object requests. This helps fix the case where individual units go nuts not being able to get the materials. That's interesting. Typo in make gunpowder job. So let's just fix that. Added sounds to airdrop a crate. Good, because it's going to be used quite a lot. Rename some modules to show clear progression of materials, e.g. stone oven to iron oven. Added bamboo farming for timber. Lovely. Because what they're saying is, they'll probably mention it later, that timber is going to become a much more needed resource over time. And obviously as you go through, you chop all the trees down. And even the nurturing of the saplings does not give you enough trees. So one thing they're going to do is make it so you can actually grow more timber yourself, and I think this is one of the ways of doing it, bamboo farming. Added module damage. After a module is used a number of times, it will become damaged and require repair using a random material to build the module. If a damaged module is used enough, it will become inoperative and require repair before it can be used. Now the idea behind it initially was that they're going to have it so that it will become less and less efficient, and you need to repair it. If you don't repair it, it will basically blow up. And apparently that's not allowed. They had a discussion about it and they said nope, not doing that. So what the other option was, which they may change it to as well, is that if you repair it when it's needed, like on time and as and when needed, then it will become a more and more efficient module. But I prefer it this way. You know, the constant maintenance is actually a good thing. Else, otherwise you build stuff, you just leave it forever, pretty much at the moment. So it makes more sense this way. Not enough logs to build gabions, despite having lots of logs bug. So getting back to this is going to need logs in quite a lot of things as well, because logs are needed and timber's needed. Added walls down. Don't know why I said like that for. Added walls down. Added walls down. Ah, walls down. Building display mode. Walls down. Building display mode. Oh, okay, yeah, because you can have it so you can have it always on. Just have the roof disappear, or have it so the roof's never there. And have it so the walls are down as well. Fix current building display mode now apply to newly created buildings. Good. Makes sense, because it means obviously you can build a building and have everything down to walls down, build a building and the walls down doesn't exist against it, so you have to guess turn it all off again. Biomes and terrain, fix bamboo in the wild, wasn't using small variation. Balance, added more timber to tropical biome, good. Reduce clumping of ore nodes in certain jungle biome, good. I hated that. You go into summer and it's like 50 in this little area here and nothing at all. And if you spawn over here, you're buggered. Multiplayer scripting system. Ownership objects can now be marked internally as being owned or not owned by a player. Fix slowdown with large numbers of characters testing for interrupt. I haven't really used multiplayer myself. Caused by round trips to and from LUA system code. Added a loading screen. Yeah. Right clicking the stockpile filter will now only filter that filter. Same with work crews. Added debug message to try and catch more save game issues. Q and E now rotate the camera left and right. Good. I suppose I hold down clicking the middle mouse button. Click, click, click. Well, I guess that will still be in there, but you can actually now Q and E. Shift click now places multiple modules at once. Yes! For beds! For beds! The amount of times I press shift click and nothing happened. I still press it because it's supposed to happen. Clicking workshop icons in the workshop window now zooms to workshop location. Fixed work crew panel slowdown. Take 2. The work crew UI should not slow down the game anymore. Colonist panel slowdown related to above. Building grid disappears when switching between 2 building types. Show all commodities filter now toggles to hide all commodities as well. UI gets cut off in a work party menu, switching from all workers to military sometimes. Right clicking stockpile filter will enable only that filter. And same work crew filter. So again, that's just a quality of life. It's really nice. Just right click in, boom. Although isn't that exactly the same? Those bottom 2 the same as these 2? Again, they need to sort their patches out. What's going on there? Other art, dust particles effects made more dusty and fix up pass through particle effects done. Now, it says here, mines and module... okay. Now, I don't know if they mean mines as in the things that blow up, or mines as in the things that you dig down, but in the dev diary where they mentioned this, or no, the one before they mentioned this, no, it was the same time, they mentioned mines as in the ones that dig down, and what they were saying is that they were going to introduce mines, so you have a building, you have modules on it, it will basically dig into the ground over time. The basic feature is that it will randomly generate some type of ore, and then over time they will, over development time, they'll make it so that it becomes less and less efficient over time. You have to dig deeper and deeper into the ground. You probably need to have timber to keep up, obviously shoring up the walls. You probably have to have some sort of surveyor going out to determine whereabouts there is certain types of ore, and you dig over that area. And also more modules make things more efficient and more quick, make you mine more quickly to counteract the effects of it taking longer and longer as you go down. So I thought that's what we're talking about here when it said mines, but there's nothing in here mentioning about mines. So unless it's been missed out, I'm not sure. But that's it. So to say, there's not really one to discuss much because it is really bug fixes. But they're going to go. The thing that they're saying, this kind of lays out a lot of what they're doing for the upcoming patches. So the next one is probably have a lot more updates of actual new things as well. The one afterwards as well. These are grenades. There's no mine there, is there? Okay. So that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later. I'm going to try and get up. Well, we'll definitely have one up today. For this evening in UK time, and I'll try and get one every Sunday after that until the next patch. That's pretty much what it's going to be. Every Sunday in the evening, probably between 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock, there will be a new video of me doing like a let's play based on the most recent update. I'll do proper updates as opposed to the A's, B's and C's, because they generally, A, B's and C's, come in the next major update, so that must mean the next major update will have nothing in it. So yeah, I'll see you then. Hope you enjoyed this. Bye bye.